Hello everyone, my name is Raven, and welcome to Raven67854 Gaming, and welcome to a quick start in Gods and Idols. This game has literally just come out in early access, and it's very early, as it says. It's pre-alpha slash early access, a work in progress, and it's very much a work in progress. But it is playable, and I will assume at this point that you have already taking a look at how awesome. I love how beautiful this game is, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just want to point out that I have a binary star system, and it's absolutely lovely. And it's mine. You cannot have it. Okay, so let's get started here. So the first things first, I went on ahead and made this planet with a good friend of mine, PyDead. He helped me build the planet, and that is something that I want to point out, that anyone can help you build your planet. So, if you want a perfect planet, and after metal, life, or gas is equal to over 200, as you may or may not have noticed, it gets kind of crazy to click on the asteroids. But that's okay, because you can get your friends in, and then everybody can work together, and everybody can click, and you can build it. So me and Pi, we did this, and we built a fairly decent planet, and I've let it run up until now, and we have 250 population. So building on the planet is fairly straightforward. First, we just select our planet, and over here we have our buildings, and over here we have our planet summary, and we have a population here. We have 106 vagrant women and 143 vagrant men for a total population of about 250. So right here we have our construct new buildings icons. We require 66% influence, and we have 100%, so we can build. And we need to found a new capital, which means first off we need to build a warehouse. And now, you can place this anywhere you want, and you can right mouse to look around the planet. Now, I'm really OCD, like absolutely monstrously OCD about quite a few things. So I found a nice little trick where I just select up here, and you see we don't have anything. We have to reselect the planet. When you actually place a building normally, you don't have to do that, but for some reason, whenever you place it up there, what it does is it places it in the closest available buildable spot directly below wherever you click, and there's a reason I'm doing this. So I just clicked on this, and as you can see, I already have some stuff. Apparently it got saved when I removed the warehouse. Who knew? And now what we're going to need is some, we're going to need some starter resources. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a farm. I'm going to do it the exact same way, because you can see right here, this is not buildable. So I'm going to go right until it's green. And now I have, perfect spacing in between the buildings. It's great. Okay, so we need to build this farm, and you can see in the background the haulers. So we're gonna obviously select the farm and collect by materials, and you see it goes pretty slow, but a lot of the starter buildings like the farm, the mine, the sawmill, the concrete plant, all that stuff can be gathered by hand. Now, how they gather concrete by hand, I have absolutely no idea, or brick, but hey, they either get it and they make it, whatever. It's not a big deal. Doesn't really matter. After all, we're a god. We don't really give a crap how our people do it. I mean, no, we love our followers. Don't worry about it. And over here, we have a nice, lovely thing. It says how much it's under construction, and that is beautiful, by the way. And now we're just waiting for it to get finished. Also, in case you're wondering why the planks went so fast and why you saw a hauler, which we'll actually talk about here in a bit, the reason you saw that was because the warehouse, obviously, if we select our warehouse here, it already had trees and planks. Another thing you can do is once you've built the warehouse, up here you have the stockpile button, and you can click that, and you can see what we have in the stockpile, how much we get a day, and so on. And this is the global planet stockpile. So this is all your stockpiles combined. And there are various types of stockpiles. We have a granary, which obviously stores food. Warehouse, which stores raw materials and other manufacturing type materials. And then a chem tank, which of course stores liquids. Okay, so our farm is now done. So, and I could have built the sawmill and everything else, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. But so we're gonna select our farm, and we're gonna make men work the farm because they get a 10% production bonus. And since this farm is just gonna produce trees, we want that extra. It never hurts to have a couple extra trees, So a sawmill requires 36 trees, so we need 2. That's why I built 2, but you'll have to figure out the proper build things. But I'm going to give you a fair few. So same thing as before. Oh no, that did not go right. Cancel construction. All right, so if we want it to place a little bit better, we might have to like reposition here. There we go. And you saw a little hauler go across. You see it? So tiny. And now it's going over to the sawmill because it's delivering the planks. Okay, so while the sawmill builds, let's build a concrete plant. And let's go on ahead and collect materials by hand. Now, thing about collecting materials by hand, and I'm very sorry I did not mention this before. If you mouse over build by hand, gathering resources and constructing by hand is slow and requires significant work. That's the description of it. But all good production yields 25% less while gathering by hand. So, you know, late game, don't really do that. Just wait. It'll be much faster because it'll stall everything else you're doing. Okay, so they're building the sawmill and they're building the concrete plant. Now, there is a perfect amount that you need to build bricks and concrete, and we are actually going to do that. Now, you don't have to do it because, you know, remember, again, you only have 250 population first, and the only way to increase it is housing. We're definitely not going to get to housing. I'm just going to show you how to build the very basics. All right, so let's go on ahead and build a mine. And just like before, yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to build 2 mines. I'm not going to do the perfect amount. I'm going to actually let you guys figure that out. I'm just going to get just enough to get the plant going. Okay, so our sawmill is still being built. Our mines need to be gathered. Now we're going to select our concrete plant. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have women work in the concrete plant. And we're going to have them make concrete, which requires 30 rock and 15 limestone. And then we're going to have them make bricks, which is 54 clay. So each mine can produce a maximum of 24 clay. So realistically speaking, you're going to need 2 mines making clay and then 1 making extra. And for the concrete, you're going to need 2 mines, an extra, and then 3 limestone because, you know, limestone is kind of an odd cookie there. But we're just going to have it that way. Now, you could factor in the minus 5% difference, but I don't really bother with that. I mean, it's great, you know, if you're a min-maxer. I am kind of a min-maxer, but we're not really going to bother with that because, you know, we don't. I assume you all actually want to see me actually, you know, move on with this. Okay. So we've already done that. Now, while those 2 things are building, let's check our sawmill. And as you just saw, you can, over here on the right, you can just select it. You can quick select buildings. And I want men, again, working in the sawmill. And I just want to make 1 set of planks. That's plenty. I mean, realistically speaking, what you could do is... oh, no, I don't want men. I want women working this. All right. Yeah, that's good. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to remove that because there's more men than women. So I'm actually going to set it to planks. And then I'm going to have it to 2. So they'll actually produce 108 planks. Honestly, from my experience, really don't need more than that. And the sheer fact that it's, you know, men producing an extra 10%, or sorry, 5%, you're going to get an extreme amount. Okay, so the mines are now done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 clay. Oh, wait. You know what would be really helpful? If we set... actually... Yeah, I'm going to use women for this. Okay. No, actually, you know what? I'll stick the men for now. So, clay. And another thing that I did not cover, which I apologize for, but you do see it here. When you mouse over, it gives you the description of the item, the production amount, and the number of workers you need. Rock is 4, sand is 4, clay is 4, coal is 20, ore is 15, and limestone is 4. So all the basic ones are pretty cheap. So I'm gonna get 2. I'm gonna get 2 clay, 2 rock, and on the other mine, I'm gonna get 2 limestone. And I'm just whoops. I'm going to get 2 limestone. And as you can see, the haulers are going around. They move the goods. Goods don't move until the haulers get there and pick it up. And then if we go to the concrete plant, you can see that the rock is there. And they're waiting for either the clay or the limestone. And you can see the mines over here are producing it. And now we just have to wait for the haulers to come get it. Okay, so when we did that, we unlocked the smelter. Now, the smelter, as it says, can make aluminum, copper, gold, and iron. And then we have the foundry, which can make glass, metal sheet, and steel, and so on. This is very simple. I'm not actually going to get to the point of the housing because I actually would be here for quite some time. Mostly just waiting for the resources. But it's fairly straightforward. You can get it. You can literally get to the housing just by building one smelter, one foundry, and one forge. Actually, you need two smelters because it only produces two. It only has two outputs. And yeah, and the foundry, of course, is independent. You do need the smelter to unlock it, but it just needs sand for the glass, and then the steel just needs iron and coal, I believe. So, and right now we're just waiting for our concrete plant here. At some point, though, arrive and pick it up. Let's check our global stockpile here. It should tell me. We don't have any concrete yet. We're still not making any concrete. We are, however, getting some rock. Did I not? No, clay and rock. That's making limestone. I guess the concrete plant here hasn't... either that or they just haven't dropped it off yet. Yeah, they haven't dropped it off yet. For whatever reason, they haven't dropped it off yet. I'm not really sure what that's about. Hang on, let me just reverse the roles here sometimes. Ah, there it goes. There we go. For whatever strange reason, that didn't work. I'm sure eventually it would fix itself. So there we go. So now the production is there. That might have been a bug. So sometimes when that happens, just reverse it or just remove it and add it back. There we go. So now we have concrete. And we can go back to the stockpile here, and it's still not there. I haven't picked it up yet then. There we go. There's concrete. So I have exactly 8 concrete. And we can see it here if we go to the smelter. I have 8 and then 7. And then so on. So let's go on ahead and get this here. Let's get ourselves a nice smelter. And now we're just going to wait. The haulers will move out. And we will wait. So... while we wait for our smelter to get completed... oh, wait. Is that coming over? Oh, it's coming over. Land! Watch it land. Boom! Oh, that other one's going to land. Oh, nice. It brought the concrete. Yeah, 22%. Oh, yeah. And now you see we have concrete in the global stockpile. Whoops. And the concrete plant is producing it. You know what? I'm going to build a mine. I'm going to min-max the mine. I can't not do it. I'm going to min-max it. I'm sorry. I have to. It's a necessity for everyone's sake that, it's min and maxed. All right. So what we're going to do... oh, that's a little far off. I don't like that at all. There we go. All right. So we're just going to gather these materials here by hand. The concrete's going up, but the brick is not going up. All right. So what we're going to do is, how much do we need for the brick? We need 54 clay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to clay and then clay, and that is 24. And I'm going to get rid of this, and this is clay, and this is clay, and this is clay, and this is clay. So now it's 48. So this mine, if it ever finishes, which it will, I'm going to build me another one. All right, this is going to be my quote-unquote excess mine here. Probably also produce limestone, actually. Yeah, I'll use this one for the additional clay and then the limestone. All right, hang on here. I might have built too many mines, but you know what? That's okay. Trust me. You will need a lot of mines once you get going. Well, I'm really... wow, they delivered a lot of planks to that destination. Oh, my goodness. That's a few too many planks there. Okay, so while all that's being built, I guess we'll just chill out and wait a little bit. Oh, the smelter's not going to be finished. Yeah, because I removed it. Well, yeah, actually, it should be producing brick. We just have to wait for the haulers to come by and pick it up. Oh, collect materials by hand. Durr. That's why that one's not going. This one here is almost done. Probably should have gotten... concrete going first, but it's okay. So yeah, Gods and Idols, as you have all undoubtedly noticed, is an MMORTS, and being an MMO means that stuff is not built nearly as fast. So, you know, you end up just playing the waiting game every once in a while, but it's, you know, no big deal. Okay. So, our new mine is completely finished and ready to go. And yeah, I guess I'll work the men here. All right, so we needed an extra clay, and then we need 3 limestone. Okay, so now we have enough limestone. So let's open up our concrete plant. And now we need some rock. So this is done. So let's just make some rock. And this one is literally almost finished. Boom, finished. We'll have men work on it. Why is it? Oh, hang on. There we go. And now we have our extra rock. Awesome. So now we are producing exactly what is required to make the rock. We're making exactly 30 rock a minute. We're also making 18 limestone, which means we're gonna have excess limestone, and we're making clay. So now we just have to wait. So now the smelter, now it should start producing. Hang on. We'll force it to start producing. Nope. It just has to. We just have to wait for a hauler to drop off the necessary resources here. Well, they dropped off rocks at least. And I do believe they just landed. Yep, they dropped off a lot more rock. Which is great. For the concrete, anyway. I love the music in this game, by the way. It's very lovely. Oh, they dropped off more rock. I really look forward to... 77% construction. I really look forward to this game, you know, much later on when it's, you know, much more complete and has combat and everything. That's going to be really fun. Okay, so I'm just going to fly around a little bit just to check out the system. Another thing is hang on, let's go up. I'm holding control, by the way, in case you didn't. Look at how beautiful that is. That is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's even better looking, you know, when you're, you know, actually in it. I mean, look at that. Then, you know, go further down. Whoops. Hang on here. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful. Let's see what's in this star right here. Picked it at random. Let's see what's in it. Oh, this is really nice looking. Look at that. Oh, it's very... Whoops. Went too far. Yeah, you gotta watch holding that control. You'll really zip right along. Okay, so one of the reasons why I went far out is I wanted to show this. If you, over here in the top left, you can select Empire, and it shoots you straight back to your planet. Which is very, very cool. And the smelter is finally starting to get built, which is awesome. Yep, they dropped off bricks. Bricks, there's 2.7, 3.6, 5.4, 7.2. Oh, yeah, look at that. All right, that hauler just picked it up, and they're going to take it to the warehouse first, I suppose. Yep, they took it to the warehouse. Oh, I don't know where that hauler's going. I can't tell. Can't select it. Won't tell me. Did it? Oh, it just went to the mine. Well, gosh. Come on. One of you can do it. Oh, one of them's flying like way up and over the planet. That's not going to be it. Nah, it's going all the way over to that mine. I just want to get the smelter before I end this video here. Oh. Yes! Ah! We need one more. All right, so we just have to wait for the haulers to head out. And they will. They, you know, right now we just have so many buildings and we only have 5 haulers, and you know, they're just zipping around everywhere. They are just zipping everywhere. But on the bright side, when I shut up, we have really nice music to listen to. So, there is that. So let's see, how many do we have here in the Global. Oh, just landed. So I guess, yeah. It says 0 a day, but I know better than that. Eventually, the haulers will, you know, get fixed. But realistically speaking, so long as the concrete plants, you know, so long as you keep it well fed with resources, it'll mass produce. Okay, so with the smelter, we're gonna use women for this for you know, obvious reasons, and we want it producing iron, which means we're gonna need 24 ore. And it just so happens that we have this here open and available. So now we're producing ore, which we're going to use at the smelter. And then after that, of course, we need the foundry. Again, I'm just going to follow my same thing. So the reason I do this is because it gets equal spacing. And then what you can do is you can just line it up so that it's the same distance. And then you create a really nice grid. Because I'll do it at the bottom all the way around and then at the top all the way around. It is the same size, by the way. And then we get a really nice, perfect grid, the perfect amount of resources, and it's so beautiful. It looks so good, just so beautiful. And as you can see, the foundry's already being built. All that brick that we had in the warehouse is completely going, and one of them's probably going to bring concrete. No, I don't know what he dropped off. But you will notice that with the smelter and with the foundry, these are too advanced, so you can't build these. You can't gather the materials by hand, so you actually have to make them. Oh, look, it's already producing iron. Nice. Hasn't been delivered yet. Let's check the main stockpile. Okay, so that is for the quick start, you know, getting started, you know, a nice, quick, rough introduction on how I build stuff. I'm going to make a second one, and part 2 is not going to cover housing because I firmly believe that every single person watching this video can get the foundry, the forge, I'm sorry, just the foundry, and then they'll have enough to make the housing because all you need after that is steel and glass, and both of those are very, very easy to acquire. All you need to do is expand your people, and if you run out of people, like you have 250 and you know you don't have enough, you know, you can remove things and, you know, only produce like one set of sand and, you know, one set of coal, you know, just so you have enough, and then you can just wait, because as soon as you have housing, like 500 is more than enough to run this. I promise every single person watching this that, you know, a lot of these buildings, like I really only have like one foundry. Well, actually, that's not true. I have more than one foundry. I have like 2 or 3 foundries, and with smelters, you know, I only had 2 smelters. And like with the gold there, I literally only produced 1 gold. Like I did increase iron production because you need that for a lot of base stuff, but you don't really need not a lot of gold. You know, there have been times where like once I hit a stockpile of gold, I removed it and put iron or aluminum or copper, you know, because you need the gold for the obelisk. And that is actually it. You need, at the moment, all you need gold for is the obelisk. So the next thing I'm going to cover is, you know, getting defenses and military up, and that will be in the next video set, which should go live sometime tomorrow. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I know it was a little long, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you like this game, which I hope you do, I look forward to seeing all of you playing, and I will see you guys in the next one.